Solidity. I only had one copy of Dji Avata during my tests, so I didn't abuse it too much. But obviously, I crashed it while attempting flights in the presence of obstacles and in the absence of light. The propellers showed signs of fatigue, but they still remain operational. The main structure is marked by scratches, but it has not broken. The propeller guards have taken fairly hard knocks, but without signs of fatigue. They are particularly effective when you hit an obstacle during the flight, and it's very likely that the Avata will recover and continue on its way. As the camera is only animated on one axis, it does not seem very fragile. All things considered, of course, since the device will not withstand a big crash. Note that the upper structure and the propeller guards are sold for self-repair. Does the Avata get hot? No, it's not particularly hot, and yet I used it intensively during the high heat of the summer 2022. On the other hand, with the GoPro camera installed on the back of the battery, the front motors heat up much more. They don't appreciate it. The limits of driver assistance. Vertical cameras provide position keeping when GPS is not available. This is the case indoors, for example. They work particularly well, but you have to be very careful in certain situations. The camera are inoperative in the dark, which caused me to crash into a ruined building. They are disturbed by mirror surfaces and united like water and certain marble slabs. For example, I experienced strong drifts in the furniture showroom. The solution for a risky flight: prefer manual mode with the radio control to make the vertical camera inoperative and make the flight rely solely on your piloting. Failsafe. This function is triggered in the event of a problem, for example if you lose the radio link. In this case, the aircraft reacts according to its setting. You have the choice between the automatic return to the starting point, RTH, and hover in position and a forced landing. It's up to you to make sure you choose well before taking off. In open space, it's the RTH which is to be preferred, but in a closed or covered space in the undergrowth, for example, the RTH is the entrance of a crash when the device rises to reach the starting point. It's therefore the hover or the landing mode which is to be chosen. Be careful above water, avoid the forced landings. At the end of the battery, the Avata automatically triggers an RTH. If you are flying under trees, quick press the on-off button or the brake button to interrupt the maneuver. Does failsafe work? Yes, failsafe is triggered in the event of loss of link. The device returns to land quietly unless you regain control of it. The link is restored during the return. It's a security that offers a little extra serenity. It's possible to trigger an RTH on demand with a long press on the brake button. It works well. It's very pleasant if you lose your sense of direction, if you feel in difficulty. But it's a function that I recommend avoiding except in critical situations, so as not to give it to the easy way. Note that the RTH is quite accurate, with a return within 2 meters of the starting point, sometimes almost exactly at the right place. We are far from Betterfly's GPS rescue function with its approximate return. AirSense. DJI has promised to integrate an ADS-B receiver in all its devices over 250 grams. Promise kept with the Avata. It has the AirSense function. For the record, it's a device that allows information to be received from aircraft equipped with ADS-B. This is the case for airliners, certain commercial and private aircraft. Too bad most gliders, microlights, and light civilian aircraft and military aircraft are not equipped. The result: when the Avata is close to the trajectory of an ADS-B equipped aircraft, it indicates this on the video feedback with a message in orange or red. This allows you to perform an evasive maneuver to avoid a collision. The AirSense feature correctly detected airplanes and helicopters in my tests. Note that AirSense is an ADS-B receiver, not a transmitter. It does not broadcast the position of the drone to other devices.